Fluency. Reading fluency is a goal for all children of all ages, and this also applies to all languages. Reading fluency is important for reading comprehension and for reading success. So, what is fluency? Fluency is the ability to read a text at the appropriate rate, which means reading not too fast or not too slow, reading with accuracy, and reading with expression. So for children, this develops in a progression, and it begins with being able to name pictures, naming letters and sounds, being able to identify words, and then fluently reading phrases and sentences. So remember, the goal is for children to read accurately, smoothly, and with expression in order to support a deep understanding of the text. So I'm going to show you some simple ways to practice fluent reading at home. Read aloud. One way you can help your child become a more fluent reader is by modeling reading at home. Every time you read a book out loud with expression, you are modeling how a fluent reader sounds. And by listening to good models of fluent reading, children learn how a reader's voice can help make sense of written text. Another way to improve reading fluency is to have your child repeatedly read books or text as you offer support. So fluency develops as a result of many opportunities to practice reading. So therefore, your child should practice rereading text or books that are fairly easy for them. This means that it should be a text or a book with words that they know or that they can read easily. Be sure you find a book that your child enjoys and read it multiple times throughout the week. Partner reading. Partner reading is another great way to support your child's fluency. With partner reading, you and your child read the same book, the same poem, or the same text together. So one way to do partner reading is called echo reading. Now, in echo reading, you're going to choose a short book or a short text, and you'll actually read a short part of the book first while your child follows along. Then your child will echo exactly what you just read. So you might read just a sentence, you might read a paragraph, or if your child is ready for it, you might read a whole page and then have them echo you. So another type of partner reading is called choral reading. Now, in choral reading, this is a little different because you and your child are going to be reading the same text at the same time. And so for choral reading, it's really important to choose a text that's not too long and that's easy enough for your child to follow along. So in kindergarten and first grade, for example, it's okay to use a book that has a pattern or that repeats on each page, because this makes it a little bit easier for your child to start to recognize that repetition and recognize those words so that they can read along with you. And it's okay if they can't read the whole text with you at first, because each time you read it, your child will be able to read more and more of the words. So take a look as I try out some of these partner reading activities with my daughter Adelaide. It's time for bed. Little mouse, darkness is falling all over the house. It's time for bed, little goose, the stars are out and on the loose. Okay, my turn. It's time for bed, little foal. Your turn.
It's time for bed, Will Fool.
I'll whisper a secret, but don't tell a soul.
I'll whisper a secret, but don't tell a soul.
Good job. Fluency games. One fun fluency game that you can play at home is called Reading with Emojis. In this game, choose 3 to 5 emojis, discuss each emoji and how the emoji would sound based on the facial expression. Then have your child choose one of the emojis and practice reading a sentence or a page of the book. Encourage your child to read with expression using the emotion of the emoji. So, for example, if your child chooses the mad emoji, then they would read that sentence or that page in that book with a mad expression. And you can repeat this game as many times as you want, choosing a different emoji each time. Another game that you could play at home is called Reader's Theater. Now, this one's really fun because in Reader's Theater, you can select a story to read with your child, and you and your child will each choose to be a different character in the story. And as you're reading, you will act out the parts of those characters. This is a great way to practice reading with expression and thinking about how the characters in our story would sound. You can also visit your local library to check out children's plays. A children's play will have different characters that you and your child can read and act out together. So I hope you enjoy some of these ideas for working on reading fluency at home. And most importantly, I hope this brings joy to the reading that you do together with your child. This video was brought to you through a partnership between the Literacy and Intervention Department and the Department for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion.